Hi, my name is Bilal Tahir. I am a research officer at Al Khwarizmi Institute of Computer Science, University of Engineering and Technology, Lahore, Pakistan. I am here to present my paper titled Ambar, Collection and Analysis of Large-Scale Urdu Language User Corpus. My co-author of this paper is Mr. Raman Mahmood. So, outline of my presentation is first, I will describe the motivation and goal of our research paper. Next, I will present the methodology to collect and examine the Urdu tweet corpus. Then details and statistics of keyword-based labeling approach will be presented. Finally, I will conclude my presentation. So focusing on the motivation, during last decade, usage of internet has increased exponentially. According to the survey conducted in February 2021, there are around 4.6 billion internet users worldwide. Also, there are 3.9 billion users that uses the social media. With this enormous amount of content, AI-based fields have came into the prominence to automatically examine the large-scale content. For example, machine learning-based models are used to classify the content into different categories. Information retrieval systems like Google are providing easy access to the desired information. Similarly, World Wide Web measurements and social media forensics are unmasking the behavior of different users like spam, bots, and fake accounts. If we look into some real-world applications of these fields, virtual assistants like Siri are generating annual revenue of 3.8 billion US dollars. Similarly, sentiment analysis systems have $4 billion market share. Of course, these systems are generating such large amount of revenue due to their requirement in the real world. Finally, fake news came into the light after 2016 US election. According to these statistics, fake news are costing around $78 billion to the world economy. Here we are considering only financial losses. The political, social, and health crises created by fake news are more dangerous. Now we know about applications of AI-based systems, but why should we focus on building low source language corpora? Actually, these systems heavily relies on high-quality monolingual datasets. Therefore, these systems built for English and European language cannot be extended for lower source languages like Urdu. Due to this reason, the pattern analysis of content and users for lower source language is an unexplored area of research. Now the question arises, if we need only the dataset to build such systems, then what are the challenges in building a dataset? Actually, despite the large number of speakers, lower source languages have small amount of content online. As highlighted in the table, Hindi has around 600 million and Urdu has 230 million speakers. Still, these languages miss the necessary tools and datasets which classifies them into the lower source languages. If we want to build a dataset for these languages, then the major challenges are that the process of building a dataset is costly, computationally expensive, and time consuming. For example, if one wants to buy data from social media websites like Facebook and Twitter, then it is going to cost a lot of money. On the other hand, we want to collect data in the real time, it will require huge computation and time. Understanding the challenges, our goal is to build and analyze large-scale corpus of Urdu tweets. For this purpose, we use Twitter API with language filter. We apply language filter only to collect all Urdu tweets. We schedule the job periodically from September 2018 to August 2019 to collect the data in time span of 12 months. Then we examine the corpus with respect to tweets, users, geotag tweets, URLs, hashtags, and media entities. I have described that how we have collected the data. Now look at what we have collected. Our corpus contains 106.9 million Urdu tweets with uncompressed size of 855 GB. Moreover, these tweets are posted by 1.69 million users. Also, we have 16.72 million tweets with hashtags and 847K geotag. Next, we initiate the multidimensional examination of our collected dataset. First, we looked into frequency of tweets in a bin of 1 month and noticed a very interesting pattern. The pattern is that the number of tweets is highly dependent on real-world events. For instance, October 2019 and August 2019 have the highest number of tweets. In October 2018, by-elections were held in Pakistan. This topic was largely discussed by Twitter users. Similarly, discussion on the escalation of conflict of Pakistan and India war results in high frequency of tweets in August 2019. Next, we look into the daily engagement rate of users. We aggregate the number of tweets for each day of week using 4-hour bin. We notice that 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. is the most active time of users. In addition, we calculate the average number of tweets for each day of week and notice that Saturday has least number of tweets. This result is expected as weekends are called as dead days due to the least engagement of social media users. Now focusing on location distribution, as I mentioned earlier, Ambar has 847K geotagged tweets. Interestingly, 72% of those tweets are from Pakistan. This result is not surprising, as Urdu is national language of Pakistan. Moreover, 138K tweets are posted from Saudi Arabia, US, UAE, and UK. Actually, these countries have large number of migrants who speak Urdu language. Looking into the city-wise distribution, tweets are posted from 223 cities of Pakistan. However, majority of the tweets are posted from 5 major cities of Lahore, Karachi, Islamabad, Rawalpindi, and Faisalabad due to the easy access of internet and better connectivity. Looking into NLP characteristics of Ambar, we notice that Ambar has 3.17 billion total and 3.8 million unique tokens. We further process the data and remove non-Urdu tokens and notice that only 3% tokens are non-Urdu. This result indicates that users prefer not to use non-Urdu words while posting the Urdu content. Examining the relation between tweet length to original tweets, replies, and retweets, we observe that a large number of retweets has character length of less than 50 characters. This could be linked to the social media campaigns where tweets are posted to increase the velocity and volume of tweets related to hashtag. These two things are major factors in determining the trending hashtags. Moreover, majority of 250 plus character tweets are replies. We conclude that user uses the maximum allowed limit of 280 characters while engaging on discussion. Shifting towards users, Ambar has 1.69 million users. We plot the CDF of tweets per user and notice that 50% users use less than 20 tweets. However, 7% users are highly active with more than 1,000 tweets. We further examine these highly active users and notice that 3.56% users generated the 80% tweets in Ambar. From this result, we conclude that tracking and collecting tweets from these users can result in large-scale corpus of Urdu tweets. Ambar has 57K unique hashtags mentioned in 16.72 million tweets. For analysis, we examine the lifespan of hashtag. Let's say there is a hashtag that is used on day 1 and then it is used again on day 12. Then the lifespan of hashtag is considered to be 12 days. This measure of lifespan indicates the repetitive use and importance of a hashtag. We notice that 20% tweets in the Ambar has lifespan of more than 6 months. This result is unexpected as hashtags are generally used for limited amount of time. We manually examine these hashtags and notice that these hashtags are related to periodic events like Monday morning and Jummah Mubarak. If we see the URLs mentioned in the tweet, our dataset has 62K URLs embedded into 5.6 million tweets. Social media sites of Facebook and Twitter are most frequent domains. High frequency of Twitter is expected as Twitter assigns the URLs to uploaded content. However, the presence of Facebook indicates cross-platform information sharing. Also, users use the URL shortening service of Bitly to fix the URL and content into allowed limit of 280 characters. Our corpus has 11.28 million tweets with the link of photos and videos. Interestingly, 2.97 million tweets contain photos as well as a hashtag. This highlights that hashtag tracking can be performed to build a large-scale corpus of images. Also, 408K tweets has maximum number of 4 images per tweet due to the limitation imposed by the Twitter. Until now, I have presented how and what we have collected. Next, we test the efficiency of Ambar by filtering tweets related to 4 categories of politics, health, sports, and drugs. For this purpose, we selected 8 keywords related to each category. Each keyword is labeled by 2 native speakers with 96% accuracy. Sample keywords related to politics are given in the table. After filtration, we collected 13 million tweets related to politics, 1 million related to health, 582K related to sport, and 384K related to drugs. We also analyzed the tweets labeled by our approach to test its effectiveness. We randomly selected 280 tweets related to each category to create keyword labeled dataset of 1,120 tweets. Then we manually label each tweet into 4 categories and notice that 632 tweets are labeled into politics. Also, 234 are related to sports, while 182 tweets are labeled into drugs category. This is a very different distribution compared to keyword-based approach. We compare the keyword and manually labeled dataset and notice that keywords excludes contextual information, which leads to misclassification of tweets. We conclude that a careful approach should be adopted by selecting keywords to avoid this type of misclassification. We have seen the characteristics of our dataset. Now I will explain few salient applications which can be built using our corpus. If you look into NLP, sentiment analysis, hate speech identification, and fake news classification systems can be built. For natural language understanding, state-of-the-art systems like BERT and GPT-3 can be built for Urdu languages. Similarly, social media forensics can be performed by identifying fake news and bots. Also, event monitoring systems can be built for using Urdu content. Finally, trend mining and cross-lingual information retrieval systems can be developed. If we conclude the presentation, we built a Urdu tweet corpus of embark containing 106.9 million tweets and 1.69 million users. Also, our corpus has 62K unique URLs and 3.17 billion total tokens. We also examine our dataset focusing on tweets, users, hashtags, and entities. We further filter 15 million tweets related to 4 categories of politics, health, drugs, and sports. These filtered tweets can be used to build systems such as disease surveillance system and sentiment analysis system. We have publicly released our dataset on SourceForge for research purposes. In future, we plan to examine the user behavior. This is all from my side. Thank you.